I know we're off to a slightly late start, but I hope that hasn't discouraged anyone from being as interested in this as they were when they came in this morning. So ours is a fairly straightforward product. I think I'd rather spend a lot of the time answering the questions, so I'm going to keep this fairly brief in terms of what I'm hoping to cover, give you a quick background on who we are, where we're coming from, product demo, and just kind of show you what that actually looks like at the back end, and just at the end of it a little bit on where the longer term vision on Onfido is. So we're a startup headquartered out of London. We're a team of about 150 now globally. We're essentially in the space of using machine learning, biometric recognition, and artificial intelligence to remotely verify an individual's identity. So we're really built for businesses that, like most of us in this room, or at least a lot of us, and also outside of this room and the sector, don't really meet our customers or our employees or a lot of our stakeholders face to face when they're on board or at all, at any point in time during their entire lifetime. How do we know whether they are actually who they say they are? In today's day and age, we're opening bank accounts by taking black and white photocopies of people's documents. Scope for extraction errors, scope for digitally tampered documents being passed, scope for the guy who's picking up the documents not realizing that the person is not the same person whose documents they've picked up. And that's when you're actually meeting them face to face. Let's not even go into the horrors that could possibly exist when you're not going to meet them. And that's what Onfido does. We've raised a little over $60 million to date. We're invested in by Salesforce Ventures, by Microsoft partners, and essentially are looking to really power onboarding systems for different platforms across sectors. And understandably so, the FinTech and financial services sector is a huge target for us and is a market where we see a lot of success globally. So I'll quickly take you through a product demo, and this is our SDK integrated with a startup based out of the UK, which is called Revolut. Interesting model worth looking into. If I have time, I'll definitely tell you guys what it is. But this is on their iOS app, and it's an SDK of onboarding one of their users. Worth noting that they currently accept documents from around the world. So we're currently supporting a little over 500 documents and passports from every single country in the world. So no matter who you are, no matter where you are in the world, you need to open a bank account with Revolut or get a card through them. You can get it done, and Onfido powers the entire onboarding process. So I'll just let you guys go through this. It's about a minute long, and I'll step in at the end and just give you the highlights of it. And that's it. That's the entire verification process that you just saw. That is an actual live user flow of someone getting onboarded. It takes typically 42 seconds, from what I remember, from the time the person clicks apply to the time that the person's onboarded. We just to kind of give you a little bit of what was going on there. So typically, what Onfido does is when someone's submitting a document, we validate whether it is actually a document. So users getting live feedback: is there glare? Is it an image that's not readable? You see a lot less dropout in your onboarding process. We've seen increases of, I think, up to 42% in terms of number of users who actually end up passing that onboarding process because of things like input capture validation, but also because of the effort that goes into the user experience. So 40 seconds for someone who wants to apply for a loan, someone who wants to apply for an insurance policy, someone who wants to open a bank account. It's a no-brainer. It's not going to take any time. We have a seamless handoff between desktop and mobile. So if you have someone who's applying for a loan online on a website, doesn't have a webcam, or has a really poor webcam, or doesn't want to take a photo from their webcam, takes out their phone, gets a link there, and they can just take a photo of the documents and continue. Results are returned instantaneously, and we're essentially a solution which we like to position as hybrid, in that you'll see solutions in the market which claim to be completely automated. They're great for speed, they're terrible for percentage of onboarding and pass rates. So if the document's slightly poor quality, the machine won't read it, and you won't end up onboarding the user. What Onfido does is we take a first pass at taking the machine through. The machine will try attempting to pass that document automatically. In the case that there is a flag for a risk of fraud, digital tampering, any kind of deviances from the standard format of that document, it gets flagged to a manual team for review. They pick it up and give you the results in a maximum of 5 minutes, and you get these consistently 24 hours around the clock, 365 days of the year. We currently power the likes of Revolut, Monzo, Pocket, Nutmeg. We're in the works of a lot of POCs with 3 banks in India, in fact, on getting riders equipped with SDKs on their phones to actually take photographs of the documents at the time that they go to onboard a customer. That's essentially what we are. I'm happy to take any questions and yeah. Okay, so since I have some time, what I'll also quickly do is actually show you what the results look like. So one of the other interesting things that Onfido is able to do is give you an extremely granular level of detail. So you can take these details which are coming back to your API or your dashboard and decide what you want to do with that customer. So if for you, the person's black and white document's okay for you, you can go ahead and onboard that person. Onfido will tell you that it's not a color document. If you're not too particular about an original document being present when the person's being onboarded, you can decide to onboard them. But we'll tell you exactly what it is. We'll compare the person's application details to the details contained on the document, contain the face, match the face to the face on the document, and give you all of those results, transparent audit trail, they're available to you. You can see database checks that have been performed with all of the requisite details for any kind of compliance regulation. Thank you.
Primary use case is just facial recognition for a given document and stating whether it matches the picture.
And also the actual document verification. So what we would do is validate that that document is in fact genuine. So extract the information from a document, match the details on that document, so if it's an Aadhaar or a PAN,
Okay, so the textual information as well.
And also any tampering. So for example, in a trial that we're doing for a customer, we came across an Aadhaar card which got used for onboarding and had comprised over 20 different images that someone pieced together in Photoshop. You'd never pick it up in any other environment unless you take it through a system like ours, where we'd actually check for digital tampering.
Okay. And how are you integrated with, say, for example, the other APIs, or how does this tally in with the end-to-end KYC process, e-KYC process?
Okay, so I mean, you could use us to essentially validate the details in the document. You can do it e-KYC through us using an OTP, but our system, like I said, is really built for remote identity verification. So we're not the guys who are going to go and get a fingerprint scan done of the guy. We're not the guys who are going to go and do an address verification of the guy, but we are the guys who find you a way to validate all of this information online. The minute the government allows you to onboard your customers like that, you can use us alone. Till then, I guess we're a backup to make sure that you're actually onboarding the right people.
So it will have to be customized for each country that you're operating in?
Yes and no, in that the number of documents that we accept in that country would potentially go up as we move into a market. But the product in the whole remains the same. So like I said, this is a solution for a client in the UK. It's exactly the same flow that I would implement with the customer here, in that you take a photo of your document, you take a photo of your face. We add more documents, we improve the way we're doing certain documents, we potentially add features like database integration, but the core product remains exactly the same.
So in India, things like driving license and all of that, can you verify that?
No driving license, no voter ID card. Honestly, because it's not a document that I would be confident saying with certainty is actually real. It doesn't cost very much to get a driving license. You can show it to the police, they probably can't tell you it's real or fake. And the voter ID card's black and white. Reinforcing that, we've been approached by a few state governments to actually help them deduplicate their own voter ID cards. So then there's still a lot of confidence in us telling people to use those as a primary form of identification. So the other, fortunately, you have a government database that you can ping it against. And
you're pinging it against,
right.
not the picture.
So we're extracting the information and we're actually validating the details. So similar to how on an eKYC based process, you're pulling the information from the database. What you do is you push certain pieces of information and get a yes or no response to validate whether that's actually the detail in the database. So we try and give you as close to an experience of onboarding that user as you would physically, except we do it virtually.
So how do you compare with other similar visual recognition APIs?
So there are lots of OCR solutions available, and I don't think that I'd even compare myself against them, because that's really a very, very small part of what we do. So the system is, like I said, machine learning based, right? So if I've seen 10,000 Aadhaar cards, I'll know if the 10,000 first one is slightly different in font, coloring, spacing, formatting, or anything of that sort, right? So an OCR solution will not give you any of that. So for example of a digitally tampered document that I just gave you, an OCR solution would have extracted and given it to you, and it would have been all okay. But you can't check if that face has been changed on the document using an OCR solution. And those are really the kind of cases of fraud and risk that Onfido is trying to stop. And give it to you without you even thinking about the fact that we're doing this in the back end. Your users are getting onboarded instantaneously on an ongoing basis, and you get flagged every time there's any kind of a risk or case of fraud that comes up with us.
Actually, you've probably anticipated the question I was going to ask. looks to be more in the realm of risk management rather than onboarding.
So it depends, I guess.
I'm just asking what is the USP of this product, because I've heard you talk a lot about onboarding, but this looks to be more like a risk management product.
So it plays a role of onboarding in that it is your primary identifier. So if I'm applying for a loan and I take Sam's ID card and I stick my photo on top of it and apply like I'm Sam, you're checking the wrong person. So it is definitely about risk, but I would say that it's as much about onboarding. And the regulation today doesn't allow it to be completely the onboarding solution that it could be. But I'm fairly confident that's the direction that we would move in for us to really have a robust banking, financial sector, and fintech ecosystem. We can't physically be going to pick up photocopies of documents from people, which doesn't give us any value, but allows us to feel like we're doing a good enough check to onboard banks.
So here's a thought for you. I think if you look at it primarily from a risk management perspective, I think the space is far less global. That could be something you could